waiting for the new clutch to arrive, so we're slipping in 4th and 5th, which means realistically I can't chuck it on the dyno. It's still got enough grip in 3rd and 4th as long as you're above about 4 grand, so probably beyond peak torque, that you can, you know, still give it some with full traction, well, full clutch traction. So I decided to go to my friend's private airfield and do a few 60 to 100 mile an hour runs, because 60 to 100, as you would have seen on previous videos I've explained, is very easy to compare to countless production cars, because nearly all, you know, big magazines and so on time them 0 to 60 and 0 to 100, so you can just, you know, subtract one from the other and there's your 60 to 100 time. Unlike 0 to 60 and so on, it's not affected by grip, it is purely, you know, acceleration. So it's a really good sort of real world test of how quick your car accelerates. Obviously some cars, they've got an advantage because they've not got any gear changes between 60 and 100, and some cars are in a big disadvantage because they've got 2, but most have got 1, and this car's got 1. Some really fast cars, you know, long geared, you know, supercar type things, they've rarely got any gear changes. It's literally 1 gear 60 to 100. This car don't rev that high. I mean, really, it's like 6,500 RPM. So yeah, I've got a gear change, but only 1, but it feels fast. So I'll be interested to see the results, and hopefully it holds and doesn't blow up. But I'm going to record it now. Hopefully it all works. I'm just going to have the camera facing the Racelogic performance box so you can see exactly what's going on. Hopefully the sound works, because I don't know, these GoPros sometimes are a bit special with when the sound works and don't. I don't know why, with external mics. Hopefully you can fucking hear this for the same reason. So yeah, I will speak to you again when it's done. Right, this part of the video comes to you from the driver's seat of the Mercedes, as in the CLK, with the turbo down there. Look. Yeah, basically I've timed the car, I've dropped it back off, I've come to the workshop now to do a bit more on the Merc, and I just thought I'd do a little summary of, well, me timing the Volvo, and wow, it's fast. My ass dyno kind of said it was fast like that, but I kind of didn't believe it, because wow, it's a massive heavy Volvo with a 200,000 mile, or 200,000+ mile, 2 litre with an eBay turbo and stock manifolds and stock bottom end, and you know, just something. I've spent a lot of time, but it is like no money thrown together. Most of the time I've spent on it was fixing stuff. Fixing the fuck ups, you know, bit of a mess that previous owners had left. But fuck me, it's fast. I only did a few runs because, wow, you could spend all day knocking off another 1/10 and all that kind of stuff, but it's like, yeah, whatever. But I did 2 runs back to back. That one was 5.9 and one was 6.1, and that's faster than I thought it'd be. I mean, put it this way, E39 BMW M5, so the V8 400 brake one, they are 6.5 60 to 100. E46 M3 is 6.7. I think even a CSL is low 6s, and they're obviously a lot lighter. A 993 turbo is 6 dead. 5.9, which is what the Volvo got on its fastest of them two runs is E92 M3, as in the V8 one, you know, and you know, stuff like Ferrari 355s and other sort of 90s supercars are basically the high fives, low sixes. I mean, you know, high fives, low sixes, you're talking a lot of like relatively recent Aston Martins and all kinds of shit. So the Volvo being that quick is surprising. I mean, I knew it felt fast. I knew it'd be pretty quick, but that is fast. So very keen to see what the dyno's saying. I mean, to me, performance figures matter way more than you know, dyno numbers. Dyno numbers can say anything, but you know, a lot of people can relate to dyno numbers more than performance times, which is bollocks really. But if that's what people want, that's what people want, and I'm interested just because, you know, it'd be quite funny. Nobody ever gets any good numbers out of bloody red blocks in the UK anyway, never mind the crappy 2 litre one on an eBay turbo and whatever. So, you know, it'd be interesting to find out, but I need to put a new clutch in it for that. It seemed to hold fine on these this testing, but that's because I'm always above like 4,000 or so RPM, so it's only when I'm loading it up in a high gear and low revs that the clutch can't take it and it slips. You know, what I'm doing there is sort of beyond peak torque really, so it's fine, copes. So yeah, good times. The Volvo is legit bloody fast. I mean, bearing in mind that was with a gear change as well, whereas a lot of these cars in this sort of low sixes, high fives level are doing it with no gear changes. So in reality, you know, what do you want to call a gear change? Half a second? I think these reckon the average gear change for a manual is about 0.8 seconds. Feels faster than that to me, what I'm doing, but you know, don't know. But yeah, it's quick. I'll be interested to see if there's any other fast Volvos with proven numbers like that. Obviously in Scandinavia and stuff, millions of them. Here, nah, I haven't seen any. Lots of builds, lots of money spent and average results, but nothing yet. There's a lot of builds at the moment that should make some fucking bonkers power, but they're just builds. You know, see when it's finished, innit? This came in the post yesterday, I think it was, and it's basically going to be the spare turbo for the Volvo. This is exactly what's already on it. Just a max speeding rods TO4E57 trim. This was like 90 quid delivered off eBay. They're often listed really wrong, so you have to sort of interpret the listings quite well, because often in the actual description it doesn't say it's a 57 trim, it says some other bullshit, but it's not. They're all fucking 57 trims if they look the same as my one does. You know, it's because whoever is listing them, you know, the max speeding rods people or whatever, haven't got a clue what they're on about. So, you know, but yeah, this is it. I've already opened it and nicked some of the packaging actually, because I wanted to use it somewhere else. But yeah, same exact turbo as I already had. This one I bought without the back bit because I don't need it. I don't need the back bit. I'm never going to break that. At most I'll knacker up this turbine housing, and which means I'll just have to port the living shit out of this one, which is, you know, annoying, but it's if I have to, I have to. But hopefully I don't, because it's a lot of work. You know, I mean, look at the size of that wastegate port. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so yeah, I've really bought this just for the core, but because you don't know how your turbo's going to explode, I've got the housing, well, both housings that I can port to use if need be. So yeah, 90 quid, ideal. Hopefully, you know, I won't have to use this. Hopefully it won't blow up, or not anytime soon, and you know, by then I might have fitted a bigger turbo or whatever. So, but yeah, it's all good. Both compressor and turbine sides. I've got clear balancing marks. You know, these things are, for the money, good. I mean, they're nothing amazing in spec. They're just blatant copies of sort of 80s and 90s spec Garrett's T-Series turbos. The build quality is fine. I haven't even looked if they've got a 360 degree thrust bearing in them. But for 90 quid, I don't give a damn. It's lasting okay at 30 psi. So, fuck it, I'm sending it. Had a visitor to the workshop today, and it's Mark's mental RX-7. Basically, it's going for mapping on Sunday, and I don't know if you remember from the last video, but I had that poxy fucking shite little tiny crushed filter on there, which is obviously no good. And while we're probably going to do like a 90-degree bend and a big filter there, we need to delete this AST tank first, or at least relocate it, so we've got room. So for now, we've put on one of those turbo guards, which is I just had kicking around. So, you know, a mesh. Maybe take it off the dyno anyway, because dyno's on Sunday and this is like Friday night we're doing this. But, you know, that's fine for now. And another thing we did is oil catch tank. I don't know if I've got which is another bit of recycling, because that's what was on my 180 Peugeot 205. It's really good, but this thing basically it come back from the tuner with no catch tank installed. It was just open, which is not ideal. Not the worst thing on these, because they don't piss out oil out the breather like some, you know, piston engine cars, but it still does come out. So I've spent far longer than I actually imagined making this custom breather thing to down there. So basically a custom bracket I made out of some alley bits, mounting the catch tank there, and then some breather that goes into the two breather ports, which is pretty much on the filler neck. So pretty basic, but actually surprisingly neat, and should do a really good job. So happy days. And I think it's pretty much time to go home now, because I'm knackered and it's fucking late. So yeah, job done.
These remind me of the good old days, Stav.
Oh mate, I know.
Going down fucking Bristol Street.
Bristol Street Motors buying it, yeah,
each.
that's it, 15 quid from Bristol Street Motors.
And yet you had GT tuning Renault 5-man selling metal brackets
Yeah.
on either side
They
for
basically
180 quid.
yeah, they would cut that bit off, put metal brackets either side, and call it a fucking, what did they call it?
I can't remember.
Ah,
But
some
people used to
bullshit,
buy-
and it was like 300 odd quid.
Yeah, but people used to buy dual.
Yeah,
ones
Lee
as
Evans
well,
had
didn't they?
dual ones, I remember.
£300-400
Yeah.
just a dump valve that's 15 quid.
Plastic
from
15
Bristol
quid,
Street
yeah,
Motors.
exactly. Just with some tinsy bits bolted to the outside. GT tuning used to fucking rip people off something rotten. But, you know, good old cars. So yeah, sorted. What are you going to do then? Time to go home then, I suppose?
Yeah, just gonna head over, mate.
Yeah, I'll fucking film this leaving and whatever, because it sounds ace.
You can film cold start, that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's the point. See you anyway. There we go. Anyway, I'm going now, and yeah, got to do Mark's RX-7 as well soon now, because it's made 600 brake on the dyno, with a hell of a lot more to come, because there's things we've got to change. But yeah, that's going to make a quality video, so I need to do that too. So, right, I'm off.